Morning, everybody. Sorry we was started earlier. I slept in, but we would have been going a lot earlier here. But ATS decided this was one of those days that, we have to sit here and download a bunch of content. We're at least up to 90% now. So let this be a lesson to you. Whenever you go to play any game, live, online, make sure that you fire up the game at least 2 hours ahead, because they're going to throw, you know. You know what I mean? But we're going to go for a drive this morning. And that. Version change detected. Game upgraded to a newer version. May break mods, game crashes, instabilities. The authors are responsible for maintaining compatibility. Ensure that your active mods are... It's one of those don't even think about it kind of things. We're going to dive right in and go for a drive. I've got a lunch today. Good morning, Darko. Hope you're having fun this morning. I'm not sure exactly where we are on here, but we're going to find out. Oh, excuse me. Updating navigation data. Please continue waiting. Morning, Mom. Good morning, honey. Cancel a safe place to truck repark is required. Let's start at home then. They're not charge us for that. Good. Good. Let's set up our convoy. Don't know where it's gonna set us. Lake Charles. We could head down there to Louisiana. Head south. 98,000. It's a big one. Sounds like fun. Wonder where they'll have us pick it up at. Yeah, I know. My truck is more than capable. Oh, great. where... Oh. Be nice to know if there was a... Yeah. At least it filled us up. That was the mechanic. Okay, that's where I wanted to go. And it dropped us right on top of it so that I couldn't see it. I'll make sure the truck's in perfect shape. There we go. Sure where we are. Probably close to Soulard. Oh, okay. Didn't realize this was... That's it over there. Sheesh. That'll be fun. Okay. How about putting in gear then? 27 to check our height. We might not be down. Oh no, we're downtown. Let's get this tree out of the way. I hear they calling at 70. We must be up on the north side of St. Louis. Oh, the arch is way off to the left. So yeah, we're up on the north side. Huh. Might be the first time I've been up here. But we're gonna be rolling through downtown. I rolled right through here yesterday. We might be on Cary, in fact. Be exactly where I was yesterday. I think that's the only exit between downtown and St. Charles. Excuse me. We took off from where I was yesterday. I'll be darned. To the right, Illinois. Can't go that way. Illinois is closed for business. Show the Regal Riverfront. That's right, the Regal Riverfront. The building here off to the right. Let me see if I stop here. This building, the one that they refuse to let you see. And you can't move that. See the other side. Okay, won't let you see that. That's okay. So anyway, that building right there, it's a tall round building. It's like 15 stories tall with a revolving restaurant on top. They're tearing it down. That whole bottom part with the dark windows is already gone. I don't know what they're gonna do with it, but yeah, it is gone. Sad to say. Reverse, can't do that. GP60? We have had some SD, like the SD40, SD60s come through town here yesterday. We're taking 55 south. It'll probably put us on 67 again. To mention that to Chris yesterday when I went through the press section where we just went downtown by the arch, that they've already started tearing down the Regal. Well, I can still consider it the Regal Riverfront. Went there for breakfast after the first day Danielle and I were married. Danielle's grandmother used to work in that restaurant up there at the top. We had one of those orange juice and champagne breakfasts. Why do they put us on 67 South, I wonder? We could have taken 55, but oh well. The funny part was, oh, wait a minute, it was 93, I was 30, she was 20, she was not yet 21. That's why. Wait a minute. Actually, I was 29, she was 19. Say I was kind of surprised this morning. I went to SoundCloud and it said we can't find that person. Rubik's versus Jester was not showing up. Luckily, I dropped out the name and the website knows me and has a record of everything that I've played so far. I was able to get the music. Try again and again and again, find out what's up with that. Although I set a new bookmark so I can always go back to where we are now. And I don't think I have any other way to contact Jess unless he's live. They've still got his music in there. sit down today and make out the invoice for the service call yesterday. Send that into them. Not gonna make much money. It was a NASCAR pit stop, although it was 2.5 hours. Didn't really do much with the oven that they called me in for, but I ended up completely redoing a vacuum sealer, placing the heating element on it, for sealing the plastic bag, finding a ground fault that it had. Took care of that. Yeah, the heating element was running a dead short to ground. Luckily it blew the fuse. Thing had a 10 amp fuse in it. Blew it. Willow Springs. I have a good friend that has family in Willow Springs. Mom, if you didn't know, the town we're going by, Willow Springs, that's where Gail and Nancy, Nancy's mom, was from Willow Springs. Went down there a couple of times with them. Jonesboro. Oh boy. Cheers, y'all. Oh, yeah. Hazelnut. Good coffee. That's right, I should have changed or set up the weather before. It's probably defaults to dynamic weather, so we know we're going to have rain. Every job has to have rain. Rain in there. As much as we love rain. And it's cloudy out right now, 50 degrees. Going out to lunch, hopefully it'll be nice out. I mean, I'm not eating outside, I'm going to a restaurant. Machine just spits out a cloud. accepted. Actually, probably could have been very easy to get into that. Oh well. I've got plenty of fuel to finish this run. I don't think we're going all the way down to New Orleans. I think we're going somewhere in northern Louisiana with only less than 200 miles left. Wouldn't have been that far. Just a big heavy load makes it worth a lot of money. Make it down there in one day. Make it down there right around sunset. watch there at the last second. Almost missed my exit. Woo-hoo. Hurricane damage. We must be getting down to the Gulf. Charles. I think that's where we're going. It's called the Truck Simulator. I'm bright enough to have put that down, right? Left, right? Take your pick, left or right. How are you doing this morning, Mr. Snipes? There you go. I recommend the Dave-O-Matic Twin Turbo Coffee Cooler. I can send you the plans on how to make one. It's not really that difficult. It just requires two, not one, but two. You could use just one, but two is more effective. Tangential cooling fans for microwaves. some use regular fans, but I like the Tangenils better because they have a squared outlet that you can aim straight down at your coffee cuppy. And a place for a meat thermometer so you know what the temperature is. I used mine for years and it worked really well. Ah, there you go. Wow, advanced thermodynamics. My goodness. Mr. Snipes, the science guy. Theoretical physicist. Tell me, are they lights or dark suckers? Ah, there you go. Oh, I wouldn't judge you. I would lend credence to your hypothesis, and upon finding out that it is actually quite effective, probably put you up for some sort of medal. The Nobel Coffee Prize. Woo, woo, that was close. One long trailer. Yes, you would have to. I think that's one of the prerequisites of acceptance. I think they're making it from a composite, you know, like nylon and goat hair and carbon fiber so that you're able to wear it into the shower. So that you're able to represent. Alright, let's see where they want this thing. Good sized place here. All the way back there. Okay. Right. Shoot. I have this odd feeling. Okay, good. Just making sure. Squeeze through here. They want to run a security. They can't see what I'm pulling. Ay. Yeah. It'll glance up. Oh, yeah, right. He brought some sort of crushing thingamabobbing junk. There it is. We'll just leave this here. Let's buy a piercing. Well, yeah. That could be fun. Quick 98K. Right on. I wonder what we got around here. Here in Lake Charles. Ooh. To Washington? 12. I've only got about an hour. Montana, Texas. We can take a grader. Laredo, Texas. I've only got about another. I've got about another 40 minutes or so that I can run. Oh. That didn't take us too long. That was an hour. If we run up to Joplin, that's in southwestern. Let's take a thing of lie to Joplin. Right there. We'll run up through Texas. Let's go get it. Pick up some fuel along the way. Nice locomotive right there. You can hear it sitting there idling. Very nice. Hey, you see anything on the back of the truck? Yeah, like we're gonna sneak out with something. Definitely. Well, we can get fuel with this load. Get some road behind us. Oh. Almost thought I saw some green over there, but nope. Oh well. Tornadoes? Okay, no. I already have enough fun just trying to keep the trailers from tipping over when I execute monster turns at speed. pretty cool. I would give it that. Theoretical physicist and a hobbyist in meteorological occurrences. I like that. Now that would be a way to cool off your coffee. Just stick it out the window. Ooh. We've got a Gizmoflachi up here where we can check out this little... Oh, okay. We are backing up. Well, they call that vitamins and minerals. That's the stuff that's good for you. Well, I tell you what, you just really can't see much of nothing. Looks like we've been here before. I think we have been here before, but it doesn't show that as a purple. Well, we're gonna try it. Let's see what there is to see here. See? Coffee crisp. Hey. Sounds cool. Live jazz. Yeah, that wouldn't be jazz, would it? And all that jazz, like from Chicago. Can't think of that song without Phoebe North. At least you know the words. Big boat right there. Lake Charles must be fairly large. What kind of security have they got? They let me in. What fools. Okay, where's our lie going to Joplin? Pesticides, solvents. Pesticides going to Jeff City. Huh. we're taking lie. There we are. Joplin. 40 grand. We'll take 5 of that. Where did they put it? Over there. Of course, it's going to be on the other side. That's what we call it. Or what Peppermint Patty calls it. Big Chuck. Gas station, and just fuel up there. I'm sure the fuel's just as good as anywhere else. Follow 10 all the way to San Diego. Up Lake Chuck? That would be up Chuck Lake. Common misconception. Unless you're in a canoe in the middle of it. Or you're in a kayak, hauling just enough beer to make it feasible. Without a paddle, yes. Maybe you have one of those pedal kayaks, you know, pump, 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 pump. You have a kayak without a creek. Paltry sum of attention towards the road. Head to Jasper. I say, Jasper, what comes after 75? Wait, what? Whoa. No. And me without a bow thruster on my kayak. The weedless prop. I kept a weedless on my Minn Kota. Never needed it. I think the smallest piece of water I ever put that thing in was an entrapment. I think they call it an entrapment, don't they? Big ass lake over in Illinois. Called Lake Carlisle. Slight misnomer. Not a lake. It's actually an entrapment. Anyway. Otherwise, it was on the river the entire time I had it. Yeah, there we go. One sandwich short of a picnic. Oh man, there's one on the other side of the road over there. Hello. Oh, we can do it. We can do it. We can do it. Might have to drive the wrong way down the highway for a few feet, but why not? I like these. It's like sightseeing. Yes, absolutely correct. I think they call it not an encampment, but an entrapment or something like that. But it's a big arse lake. It's a lot of people sail there because there's a lot of prevalent wind. First time I took the boat out on it, I snapped a shaft in the lower unit of the dangly bits as a OMC stringer outdrive, and I got a crash course, so to speak, on rebuilding stringer outdrives. Did it myself, saved myself about $1,700 doing it at my shop. Kind of sad because it was the first time I had taken the boat out, and we got about 15 minutes out on the water, and boom, it was like it was in neutral. It wasn't shifting into gear, and it was shifting just fine. It's just the intermediate shaft was gone, and had to get I used my bow thruster to tow me part of the way, and then had a friend come out and toss me a rope and pull me back to shore. We pulled up to the beach, and I spent the rest of the day trying to figure out what the hell could possibly be wrong, troubleshooting while everybody else was out playing on the beach and having a good time. tore it apart, found the bad shaft, rebuilt the whole thing, and was back out 3 weeks later. That was a fast boat, believe it or not. 18-footer, open bow that was set up for fishing. Put a bow seat and a casting platform up in the open bow. Had a 351 in it. I think ran like a striped, what they call that, a striped RS8. It was a 70-mile-an-hour boat. Oh yeah, absolutely. There's my fuel stop. Let's go. Hang on. Why would that guy park like right there? Of course. That's called sneaking in. Wow, 511 for diesel. I thought they had refineries in Texas. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to. Got it. It's always fun working on boats. I actually enjoyed it. At one time I had like 9 boats. Well, I had 3 at one time, but I've had like 9 boats just in that 12, 15-year stretch. Most of the time I had 1 boat in the water and 1 up by my trailer in various states. Disassemblage, either putting interiors or whatever. I had a 23-footer with, no, it was a 21-footer. Also a Mark Twain with a 305 Chevy motor in it. And it ran really, really rough. Pulled the intake and heads off of it and found out that I think it was number 7 had jettisoned a good portion of the top of the piston down to the second compression ring. It was pretty much gone for like, better than 90 degrees of it. But it still ran. It chucked out those chunks of piston through the valve, didn't bend the valve or nothing. I pulled it out, pressed a new piston onto the rod. The cylinder wasn't in bad shape. Put it back together and ran fine. That was a big boat, big and red. One of the first motors I ever tore down with impacts. Used an electric impact, corded electric impact to pull the heads off that thing. Maybe think it's fun sometimes getting a cherry picker to pull a motor out of a car. Try it out of a boat that's on a trailer. Literally have to jack the cherry picker way up in the air and then pull the boat underneath it. Actually, that boat sank on land. You can think of that. While I was repairing that engine, I had the lower unit off of it and the motor pulled out of it, so the whole transom just had a big ass hole in it, and water came up, and I knew I didn't have a place to put it, so I lashed it to a telephone pole, both the trailer and the boat, and knew the boat wouldn't come off the trailer because it had a big ass hole in it. But it was high enough off the ground where the silt didn't really settle that much in it. I was able to hose it out and get it clean again. When I came back, it was still there. Thinking about it, it's kind of strange that I never did any tri-hulls. Mark Twain had some really nice tri-hulls, but I never did one. They were all V's, both closed and open bows. Sunrise, beauty. I think only 2 of them even had 6s in them. Most all of them are V8s. 302s, 351s, 305. Boy, they thought they'd gang up on me. That wasn't going to work. All IOs. I only really had one outboard my whole life, long before I went in the service. Had one, bought it for real cheap, and the motor was an Anchor, an old Johnson 75 V4 with a cracked block. Ended up selling the trailer for $75. Told him to take the boat with it. Did a lot of work on the bow of that thing. They had rammed the docks with it quite a bit. It was all crunched up. Did a lot of fiberglass repair on that boat. Being out in the driveway sanding and sanding and sanding. Found some stuff called Marine Tex. It was almost like a body filler putty. And it was harder than the fiberglass. You had to be really tough. I mean, careful sanding it because the fiberglass sanded easier than it did. Stuff was really good. Real good for keel repairs and whatnot. Thinking about trying to find that and using it as body putty on my truck. You know, it's waterproof. Oh yeah, we call that weight reduction. Speed holes, yeah. You are correct, sir. Actually, I'm thinking about replacing both doors and the driver's side fender. Fender's not as easy to replace on that thing as you would think, because the inner fender is part of it. You actually have to separate the two before you can just unbolt the fender and replace it. And the door shells, that's just, you know, a day each. Pull the door off, pull the inner panel off, mirrors, trim, lock and latch and handle, and all that. I have to put new seals on it, of course. Electric, speakers, all that junk. But get them painted first and then swap them out. Probably better just to prime them and then have the whole truck painted. Wasn't too long after I bought the truck. When I bought it, it had the bottom of the doors rusting out already, and I had the outer skins replaced at the bottom on each door, like $500. And shoot, 3-4 years later, they started rusting again, even though they told me that would never happen. Done much body work. I've done tons of engine, suspension, drive line, even a little bit of transmission, but not much body work. Good. To test out the ride of the new Ford Futura, we're going to circumcise this small Jewish child going down this gravel road. Wasn't that a SNL skit? They show the car barreling down this road, all the potholes and everything, and all you could hear was screaming. Yeah. Trying to figure out which would be more alarming, blood on the outside of the window or the inside of the window. See, yeah, I was getting out. That would be alarming. Good point. Texas, I imagine. We're going to start heading north. Where's Aaron? Aaron? Is that Aaron? Towns like this. Bluetooth. Don't see the gate. Like a torpedo over there. Roll into town at 80 miles an hour. This is the kind of stuff you see on police chase videos. Try to act natural. They won't notice us. Yeah. Or if we had a regular tractor trailer, 52-foot, full of cigarettes, back doors swinging open, there's a guy hanging from it, and the Neutron Dance is playing in the background. Past the police like that, I try not to look them straight in the eye. That way they won't feel threatened. through there. You have to do some serious four-wheeling to get up there, though. And of course, they put a fence in the way. Cute little town. Historic Route 66. I'll open me up a little fix-it shop there. That old square body Ford, another one. Go down the street to Floyd's, get a haircut. Kansas will be here for at least 10 minutes. Head over to Joplin. Joplin's nothing but brand new buildings now. Galena. Shooting, it's been what? 10, 12 years since that tornado leveled most of Joplin. Missouri. Welcome to Missouri. Splashing at the front of the tank. Beep beep. Thank you. Ouch. Snap, crackle, pop. Since we've got a minute, let's put it where they want it. Right there, huh? Okay. Ought to be good. Right next to that one. We can do that. Let's see, where am I? easier if I could actually see. I normally don't do this. I'm actually pretty good at this normally. Okay, there we go. It'll give me an extra 10 cents for that. Trailer maneuvering, 90 XP. Woo-woo. Okay, so I wonder, at this point, who is running? Thought I saw KS coming on. Well, maybe we'll raid some train driving. What do you think? Some train driving? Okay. We can do that. Yeah, they did. Yeah, we'll hop over and do some trains. Let's see. I know LWD had names in there. We haven't rated him in a day or two. There he is. He's running some TSW6. Let's get some choo-choos going. And I'm gonna get some food down the neck. Get one last blast here. Little, what do they call that? You know. Boom. Alrighty. Alright, everybody. I appreciate everybody coming by. Mr. Snipes, of course. Bled, good seeing you in there. Darko, Mom, love you. We will be back Friday morning. We'll have to see what we're doing. We don't know. You know? We haven't figured that out yet. We'll have something to do. Anyhow, hope everybody has a great day. Show LWD ad name. Good time over there. And where's my cursor? Until we see you the next time, peace. Have fun. Don't die.